Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Inside the Headset Wednesday night edition. It's the final show. We've talked to them 9 weeks in a row, and now we're going to talk to them for the final time as they go into their final game of the regular season. We are joined by the head coach of the William Blount Governors, head coach Philip Shadowens. How you doing tonight, Coach?
Can't complain, trying to stay dry in this mess, but we're having a good evening, getting ready to eat some dinner, I guess.
Well, how much rain are you getting up there? I'm watching, actually, the Weather Channel in the background of the broadcast right now. How much rain you getting?
It's been rainy off and on all day. We've got a couple of downpours of real hard rain, but for the most part, just a little steady rain. Nothing terrible yet, but they're expecting. I mean, a lot of schools up here are going in 2 hours late and all that because there's a lot of flood possibilities up here in East Tennessee, they say. So I guess it's supposed to be over top of us sometime in the morning. So getting quite a bit of rain, and they expect a whole lot more. So not a good thing.
No, not a good thing. But it's this time of year, isn't it? I mean, we're heading into November, and how are the leaves over your way, Coach? You're in probably the most beautiful part of the country of East Tennessee, and especially that little road that runs from Knoxville all the way down to Chattanooga. It gets awful pretty, doesn't it?
It does, and then I live off of 129, which kind of leads to the Dragon and Foothills Parkway and that way. And so I live at the base of that, so I get a pretty view of that, and they're pretty. It's a week or two away from being at, I guess, at the peak season, is what they say up here. But this rain's probably going to knock a bunch of leaves off, so I don't know how that's going to work after these next 24 hours.
Well, Coach, let's jump into the William Blount Governors. Your last weekend, talk to me a little bit about this Cleveland game you had.
Really, probably the worst game we played all year long, to be quite honest. It started with us getting beat on a deep post route to start off with, and then we had 3 turnovers pretty much consecutively after that. Just one of them nights where if it could go wrong, it did for us. There was their senior night. They played really, really well, as we kind of did the week before against Bradley, even though we ended up not beating Bradley. I thought we played our best game of the year maybe against Bradley. And then I thought we might have played our worst game of the year against Cleveland. It was disappointing, for us, disappointing for our kids. So one of those nights, and so that kind of takes us out of the playoffs, which our goal was to make it back for a second year in a row, which is a big feat, here in our program. But so now we're playing to try to win a 4th game of the year, and got Lenore City coming in Friday, and so we're kind of moved past the Cleveland thing, and we're trying to get a 4th win on the year, which is not what we wanted, but it is what it is, and that's where we're at right now as a program, and so we have to accept that and find a way to win this Friday night.
And a tough situation. I mean, you start at the beginning of the season, and it was kind of bull rushed on you, and everybody felt like we needed a little bit more time. Any of the kids you'd like to talk about, Coach Shadowens, on the show, or any of the ones you felt like that was just a big part of trying to get you to where you were?
Well, these seniors have done some really good things for us. I mean, these seniors, we don't have but 10. I think actually it's 11 because we have 2 new teams that came out just this year. But but I mean, they were part of. These seniors were a big part of what we did last year and making it to the playoffs for the first time. And fall that year with the 4 and 6 year, which is not what we want, obviously. But sometimes playing in our league, it's just how it is athletically for us. And we continue to. We have a bunch of young kids that've got a lot of great experience. We got a sophomore named Ashton Alker, which is a big, could be a big time receiver for us, and he's done a lot of good things for us. And Joe Matosian, who's as good a kicker as there is in the state of Tennessee, goes to all the camps, was ranked number 1 this summer in a big camp that he went to. And our whole offensive line, with the exception of 1 senior, is coming back. And, I mean, we got 4 receivers. We play 4 wides a lot, so we have 4 senior receivers coming back. All of them are coming back. Actually, we have 6 receivers coming back that played a bunch this year. So from that standpoint, our running back, our tailback is coming back. Our quarterback is graduating. He's been a 3.5-year starter, but he's got a little brother that's going to be a sophomore that's already 6'3", that can really spin it. So we feel like, next year can be a better year for us. Obviously, we're going to wait and see. Hopefully Friday or Monday they'll kind of announce about the, what's going to be, what's going to be as far as regions go. But
right.
We won't know that until then. But we're starting to work on our schedule now, and we just want to get to a point in our program where we can make the playoffs every year, and then build from there. And just right now we're not there. We're not where we can be in the playoffs every year. Last year was a great accomplishment, but we got to continue to try to do everything we can to build our program. get our kids that are zoned to us to come here, and we lose so many of those kids in grade
Mm-hmm.
school where they go to city schools,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a hard fight up here, but that's something we got to continue to try to do. And we've talked to our county about putting field turf down, and there's just things we have to do as a county to kind of close the gap when it comes to facilities. And that's just it's a hard thing to get the county to go for, from a financial standpoint. So we feel like we're making progress every year. We feel like we really have, but there's still some things that have to happen for us to be able to get to where we're competitive like we want to be every single year. But our kids are fighting, our coaches are working their tails off, and we can only control the things that we're allowed to control. So we're going to continue to work. We're going to start next Wednesday in the weight room. We can't be after school, but during school we'll start next Wednesday really hard in the weight room after Election Day, and we'll start working on next year.
And you bring up a great point. I was talking to Coach Ben Cottle, and he took a tough loss to Lebanon, and I did that game, and he asked me, kind of, well, what was wrong or what's wrong, and I kind of told him, I said, I hate to say it, but every once in a while you need a Mr. Football, or you need something that really just is a game changer that just happens in your program. I said, you take Coach Shadowens, he came to Blackman. I said, we had 2 game changers that came to the school, and one was Itavis and the other one was Jawan Jennings. And I said, when you got those type of kids and you go into the game and the other side is just like, okay, they got a gun and they can score at any point. When they want to, they can score. It just makes a big difference. And that's the fact of, that's that little extra, I don't know what you call it, but it's just what you need that says you got a little bit more than the other team when you go in.
Yeah, well, and for us, what we're trying to do is we want to enough. We're not going to right now. We feel like our young quarterback has a chance to be really, really special. We really do. But athletically, week in, week out in our region, I'm not talking about non-region games, but in our region, week in, week out, when you're playing Bradley and you're playing Cleveland and you're playing Maryville, and those are the teams that you're playing in your region, week in and week out, you're going to be outgunned athletically. I'm okay with that. We kind of know that's how it's going to be. Our kids look different than their kids, and that's okay. We can deal with that. But at the same time, it does at some point. Like schematically, we know we have to be really good schematically. I'm blessed to have some really good coaches, and in scheme wise, we feel like we can do some things that hurt people. But it does come down in certain games. We know this. It comes down to the Jimmies and the Joes as a coaches game.
Yep.
We call them as coaches, and so for our kids, we really have to spend a ton of time, and all kids do this, and I understand that, but we got to spend a ton of time in the weight room. We got to spend a ton of time developing kids. And obviously with this COVID thing, from March on, we couldn't do that. We couldn't be in the weight room, and even now they want you to limit what you're doing in the weight room. So hopefully next week we're going to really start back into our program to where we're going to gain a lot of strength. We have to be physically strong to help make up for maybe some of the deficiencies athletically that we face in our league. And so, COVID hurt everybody. Let's be honest. Practice time and weightlifting time and all that type of stuff.
Nobody was prepared.
Excuse me, nobody was. You're right, but we really have to have that to try to close the gap by doing the things in the weight room, maybe working extra in the weight room, the things that we really want to do. We have to be good at that in order for us to take steps forward. Now, obviously, it comes down to Jimmy's and Joe's, and we feel like we have some good young athletes. Now, we may not be as athletic as some of the teams we still play, but we feel like we have a chance to make progress there. And so, we'll be interested to see what these regions are going to look like. I don't know what they're going to do because there's only 11 teams in East Tennessee that are 6A. So we don't know if we're going to, go us and Maryville are going with Bradley Central. I think Tom Krieger says us and Maryville, Bradley Central, and Cleveland in a 4-team region.
Well, I
don't think he's right because that means 7 teams are in the other region. It means the 3 Knoxville schools would go north to Dobbins, Bennett, Science-Field, Jeff County, Morristown East. I don't think they'll go 7-4. So, so I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that could really, induce some more travel time for you, and it's already looking that way.
Right. We'll be able to find a bunch of games. Obviously, I get called by every good program in East Tennessee.
But you still got, but you still got to play your region. We
had to go all over the state and other states to get games at Smyrna and to get games at Blackman. But here at William Blount, I get every team in the states calling us. I don't know if they want to play, But playing 7 non-region games, that'd be tough even for us because the weeks you're off, or everybody else is in region play at
Right.
times. But a team like Maryville, if they only have 3 region games, and they try to find 7, then good luck, because I don't think they'll find 7.
You're probably
To
right
play.
there. Yeah, it'll be difficult for them, or they will be traveling to meet that schedule in order to keep their team fresh and play.
Right. So I hope they go 5 and 6. I mean, we volunteered to go north to be with Science Hill, Dobbins, Bennett, Jeff County, and Morristown East. We've sent an email to Two Blessed Blood that said, we would do that.
Well,
If
I
that's
mean,
what
you
you
know
want
what?
to do.
And it doesn't hurt to say, I'll do it. I'll do it. We'll take on the travel if they'll take it on because they would have to fulfill the other end of the contract, wouldn't they?
Right. It doesn't make any difference to us. I mean, we were going to be driving to Bradley County, which is an hour and 35, 40 minutes, or we can
Right.
drive to DB, which is about an hour and 40 minutes. I mean,
It's as broad as it is long on your side of the map. Yep, you're right.
right. I mean, so it doesn't matter to us.
Yep.
So I hope it's 5 and 6. I don't think they'll split Knoxville up with those 3 schools, but who knows? But the bottom line is our kids have worked for us. Our kids continue to work, and we're looking forward to Friday night to go out with a good taste in our mouth, knowing that we didn't get what we wanted to get, but going back to work with all these kids we have on our team, all these young kids that we have on our team, and just ready to go back to work and get some good things going here at William Blount.
Coach, enjoy your time with the headset on Friday night, and take care, stay safe, and at least one thing. And you said this. Now that you know that the COVID is still here, like you said, with the weight program and some of those things, at least now you can plan for December and January how you're going to try to execute and get those kids, where they need to be. And
Let's be honest, it's been a crazy year for us.
Yep.
I mean, it's I lost we lost our daughter Ashley. I had to miss obviously quite a bit of time during that, and then my daughter, my youngest Sydney, had COVID because she's a nurse, and so then I had to quarantine. I had to coach from the booth the last 2 weeks. I wasn't able to come to practice for the first week. I mean, I had to coach. I had to coach through Zoom meetings, and so it's been a strange year, which hadn't helped our football team. It's been a strange year for me.
But you're still standing.
This is my entire career, 27 years as a head coach, and that was when Mom and Dad each had heart surgery and before they passed. And this year I've had to miss, obviously with Ashley passing, and then also with the COVID thing I've had to miss with quarantine. So I'm ready for that to get over with and be done with all that, and let's go back to living normal lives and just to go coach football, love on kids, and let's get them better. That's what I want to be able to do.
Coach, good luck Friday night, and we wish you the best.
Hey, thanks, buddy. Appreciate you, Stuart.
See you, bye.